And we're live! Oh. Should be this first. You know, we'll start here. In the middle of a bar writing stream, I broadcasted earlier today. Someone in stream chat and Discord notified me of the, at the time, potentially fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk. I watched that video without the audio and, of course, without showing it on stream, and I maintained a mostly solemn tone for the latter 15 minutes or so of the stream. Then that notification set off a chain reaction of reactions, which brought me here to discuss four mentions that people I know wanted to bring to my attention in the past week. So, this is still a report. No announcements, no inquiries, just four mentions, and whatever comes after that, comes after that. This is still a report. It is a report of stuff people bring to me. I don't ask for this, usually. Well, I don't ask from a biased perspective. So, now that I got that off my chest, let's just read the articles that people decide to bring to me. From WBTV's Cassidy Johncox. Light rail stabbing, graphic video shows moments before, after woman killed in Charlotte. Video footage released Friday shows the moments leading up to and following the deadly August stabbing of a woman on the Charlotte light rail. WBTV on Friday, September 5th, obtained surveillance video of a deadly stabbing that happened 2 weeks earlier on the Link's Blue Line light rail system in Charlotte, North Carolina. You can watch our edit of that video below. For obvious reasons, I'm not gonna... Eric Bernard. Welcome to, Oh man, this is a non-starter, isn't it? I hope you are well, Eric Bernard, because I've been doing a lot of thinking for the past 2 hours. I am still actively stunned by a lot of things right now. I watched 2 videos earlier today that had a ton of blood in them. And both of those videos are alluded to. I will allude to in this installment. Anyways, send thoughts in chat. I'm just gonna keep reading. At around 9:50 p.m. on August 22nd, a light rail passenger stabbed Iryna Zarutska, 23, several times. Officials said she was stabbed in the throat at least one time. Zarutska was pronounced dead on the light rail. DeCarlos Brown Jr., 34, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder in connection with Zarutska's killing. Brown was ordered last week to remain in jail and undergo a competency evaluation. WBTV obtained surveillance footage of the deadly August 22nd stabbing on September 5th. We are choosing not to show the moment of the actual attack, which is, of course, violent and graphic. But that same video is on Wikipedia right now. For some reason. You can watch WBTV's edited version below, which shows several clips from multiple angles on the rail car. The suspected attacker, identified as Brown, can be seen wearing a red hooded sweatshirt in the video. Zarutska can be seen wearing a black t-shirt and hat, what appears to be a work uniform. No, I'm not watching that. The video above shows different angles on the rail car before and after the deadly attack. WVTV edited together pieces of surveillance footage, excluding video of the actual stabbing. The first clip shows the stabbing suspect, identified as Brown, sitting on the rail car before Zarutska boards the light rail. Brown can be seen moving around in his seat and appears to be emotional. The next clip shows one angle of Zarutska entering the rail car and sitting down in front of Brown. The clip that follows is another angle showing Zarutska entering the rail car and sitting down. About 1 minute and 30 seconds into the video, Brown can be seen taking out a pocket knife, unfolding it, standing up, and gearing up to attack Zarutska. WBTV froze that clip moments before Zarutska is stabbed. In the full video, WBTV observed the attacker swing his arm and stab Zarutska 3 times in the throat area before walking away. Zarutska looked visibly shocked by the attack, falling to the floor shortly after. That footage is not visible in the video up above. The next clip in WBTV's edited video is a close-up of Brown, the suspected attacker, unfolding the pocket knife before the attack. The next clip shows Brown walk away from Zarutska and move through the rail car. He first walks to one of the train's doors and then walks to the other end of the rail car. Several passengers are on board and begin to notice Brown and the blood dripping from him. Brown was also reportedly injured somehow in the attack, so it wasn't immediately clear whether the blood seen in the video belonged to him or to the woman who was killed. Once at the other end of the rail car, Brown can be seen... I probably should have put a graphic... Should I put a... I'll put a TW in the title. There we go. Once at the other end of the rail car, Brown can be seen removing his sweatshirt and then holding it in his hand. Passengers can be seen moving away from Brown. At least one passenger is seen going to the other end of the rail car to apparently help Zarutska. The next clip is a different angle of the alleged attacker walking through the rail car after the attack, and apparently waiting to exit. The alleged attacker can be seen exiting the rail car at the next stop. Several passengers also exit from the rail car at that time. People can be seen running on the platform outside of the rail car after it stops, though it wasn't immediately clear why. Video obtained on Friday, September 5th shows that the attack happened within minutes of Zarutska getting on the rail car, as officials previously reported. At 9:46 p.m. on August 22nd, Zarutska entered the train and sat down in front of Brown. Brown allegedly attacked Zarutska at 9:50 p.m. At 9:52 p.m., at least one bystander could be seen running to Zarutska to render aid. About 30 seconds later, Brown exited the train at its next stop. Authorities reportedly found Brown shortly after the deadly stabbing. He was taken to the hospital for a laceration on the outside of his hand and then charged with murder after his release from the hospital. It was not clear exactly how Brown was injured in the attack. It was believed that Zarutska and Brown did not know each other. A believed motive for the stabbing had not yet been provided by investigators. Yeah. Next mention. This is a mention. I need water.
Dia Hadid.
Okay. From NPR's Juliana Kim and Dia Hadid, titled, What to Know About the Mass Gen Z Protests in Nepal. Over the past 48 hours, Nepal has been rocked by deadly mass protests led by young people who are frustrated over the country's leadership. On Tuesday night, the Nepali army deployed troops to restore order after prominent government buildings were set on fire. Politicians were attacked, and violent clashes erupted between protesters and government forces. Nepal's Prime Minister... Please help me. Oh. Did I copy?
Adga Prasad Oli.
Khadga Prasad Oli.
Khadga Prasad Ali.
Khadga Prasad Oli. Khadga Prasad
Khadga
Oli.
Prasad Oli. Khadga Prasad Oli also stepped down earlier in the day in response to the ongoing fallout. The Prime Minister stepped down amid the fallout? At least 19 people have been killed in the protests, and more than 200 others were admitted to the hospital due to injuries, according to Nepal's Civil Service Hospital. Here's what to know. How did the protests begin? Frustrations have been mounting among young people in Nepal over the country's unemployment and wealth gap. According to the Nepal Living Standard Survey 2022-23, published by the government, the country's unemployment rate was 12.6%. That's roughly 1 in 8 people, or adults, or whatever. Leading up to the protests, the hashtag #NepoBaby had been trending in the country, largely to criticize the extravagant lifestyles of local politicians' children and call out corruption, NPR previously reported. Then, last Thursday, Nepal's government imposed a ban on most social media platforms, including Facebook, X, WhatsApp, and YouTube. Officials said the move was the result of these companies failing to formally register with the government. Some viewed the ban as a threat to free speech, while others were worried how it would disrupt communication with loved ones working abroad. The Kathmandu Post, a local newspaper, reported. Over 741,000 Nepalis left the country in the fiscal year 2023-24 to find employment, according to the Post. Protests began on Monday, and that's when activists say security forces opened fire on protesters as they tried to breach a parliament building wall, killing 19. The government lifted the social ban later in the day, and curfews were imposed in the nation's capital, Kathmandu, and other cities, but demonstrations continued. On Tuesday, demonstrators set ablaze government buildings, including the Parliament and the Supreme Court, as well as the homes of top political leaders, NPR previously reported. I need help. Can we go back to the detect language?
Tribhuvan.
Tribhuvan.
Tribhuvan International Airport, the country's main international airport, also shut down due to smoke in the area. The district administration office in Kathmandu... Am I saying that right?
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu said government forces used water cannons, tear gas, and rubber bullets in an attempt to clamp down on protests. The Prime Minister's resignation came a day after Interior Minister
Ramesh Lekhak.
Ramesh Writer. Ramesh Lekhak.
Ramesh Lekhak.
Minister Ramesh Lekhak also announced his decision to step down. A key question moving forward is who has the legitimacy to govern Nepal, according to... It's not easy. I'm sorry.
Ashish Pradhan.
Ashish Pradhan.
Ashish Pradhan.
Ashish Pradhan.
Ashish Pradhan, a senior advisor at the International Crisis Group, a conflict resolution nonprofit. This is pretty unprecedented, especially because of the scale, he said. Many of the protesters identify as part of the Gen Z population, which is generally defined as those born between 1997 and 2012. Over the years, this generation has played a central role in explosive political protests in the region. Most recently, last year in Bangladesh, I need to also double check myself on that too.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh. Sure. Bangladesh. How do you say it really? You know what? That's what Google Translate says. That's the pronunciation Google chooses to espouse. Most recently, last year in Bangladesh, students mobilized to call for the end of a controversial quota system for government jobs. The country's authoritarian prime minister fled the country as a result. More than 1,400 people were killed, mostly by security forces, according to the UN Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights. In a joint statement on Monday, the embassies of the US, UK, Japan, France, and other countries expressed their strong support for the universal rights of peaceful assembly and freedom of expression. We urge all parties to exercise maximum restraint, avoid further escalation, and ensure that these fundamental rights are protected, the statement read. Correction as of today. A previous version of the story incorrectly said protesters set ablaze government buildings and the homes of politicians on Monday. That occurred on Tuesday. Okay. What is the time zone? Okay. So, that is the second mention, or what people wanted to bring to my attention. Next, again, emphasize, mention. This is a mention. I skimmed this article earlier for some clarity, and now I will read it in its entirety. I will read the entire article right now. Let's look at it. Off rip, how do you pronounce your name? Polish?
Nick Mordowanecz.
Nick Mordowanecz.
Mordowanecz. Mordowanecz.
Nick Mordowanecz.
Mordowanecz. From Newsweek. I'm sorry, please stop. Titled, Charlie Kirk says gun deaths unfortunately worth it to keep Second Amendment. Again, this is a mention. I will digest this article in real time, and if there are questions, I will answer them as well as I can. Why did everything just turn... Why do I have the color filter on? What's going on? Whatever. Charlie Kirk, the conservative founder and president of Turning Point USA, rest in peace, said during an organizational event on Wednesday that gun deaths in exchange for the preservation of Second Amendment rights is part of America's reality. Kirk's comments come about 1 week after 3 children and 3 adults were killed at the Christian Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee. The Nashville mass shooting was the 130th mass shooting in the United States in 2023, according to the Gun Violence Archive, an online database of gun violence incidents across America using data collected from law enforcement, media, government, and commercial sources. The U.S. has averaged more than 1 mass shooting per day since the start of 2023, per the archive, which puts the nation on track to exceed the 647 recorded mass shootings of 2022. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death, Kirk said at a Turning Point USA faith event on Wednesday, as reported by Media Matters for America. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. He added that having an armed citizenry comes with a price, and that is part of liberty. Other solutions he mentioned included armed guards at school buildings, as well as having more fathers in the home. Kirk also compared gun deaths to fatalities resulting from automobile accidents. Having an armed citizenry comes with a price, and that is part of liberty, he said. Driving comes with a price. 50,000 people die on the road every year. That's a price. You get rid of driving, you'd have 50,000 less auto fatalities. But we've decided that the benefit of driving, speed, accessibility, mobility, having products, services, is worth the cost of 50,000 people dying on the road. So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. You could significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, by having more armed guards in front of schools, by having more armed guards in front of schools. We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. However, according to Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, data analyzed by The Trace, firearm injuries now represent the 12th leading cause of death in the U.S. and have surpassed car crashes in 5 consecutive years. There were 48,832 gun-related deaths in 2021 per CDC data, the highest single-year number on record, and up 8% compared to 2020. The New England Journal of Medicine, also citing CDC data, reported that in 2020, firearm-related injuries became the leading cause of death in individuals between 1 and 19 years of age, surpassing both traffic-related and non-traffic-related deaths for the first time. On Wednesday, in response to the Nashville shooting, students walked out of class at reportedly more than 300 schools in 42 states and Washington, D.C., as a national call for gun safety legislation, according to StudentsDemandAction.org. It was organized by Students Demand Action and Moms Demand Action, both part of Every Town for Gun Safety's grassroots network. The fact that guns are the leading killer of children and teens, and more than 40,000 people are killed by guns every year in this country, is not a prudent deal. It's an obscene tragedy. Shannon Watts, founder of Moms Demand Action, told Newsweek via email in response to Kirk's remarks. Gun safety laws are proven to save lives and are constitutional. Any suggestion otherwise is shilling for the gun industry as they seek to maximize profits with no regard for the safety of our children. A Gallup poll conducted in February found that 63% of Americans were dissatisfied with U.S. gun laws, the highest number in 23 years of surveys. Responses were mostly across party lines, with Democrats and the majority of independents expressing discontent with gun laws and believing that gun control legislation has not gone far enough. While I hate to give oxygen to a radical carnival barker like Charlie Kirk, it's important that people hear the facts. Chris Harris, vice president of gun control group Giffords, told Newsweek via email, "The truth is, this is a false choice concocted by the gun lobby. We can affirm law-abiding Americans' right to bear arms while simultaneously protecting innocent people from being gunned down at work, school, or church. That's why the vast majority of gun owners support common-sense gun laws to keep deadly weapons away from people at clear risk of harming themselves or others." Chris Brown, president of gun control organization Brady, told Newsweek via email that Americans' concerns about gun violence, from school shootings to violent street crime, continue to climb their priorities list and is signifying a shift in the political status quo. She said the time has passed for excuses and thoughts and prayers. "I would dare Mr. Kirk to ask the parents and family of a gun violence victim if they believe their child's life was worth an extremist view of the Second Amendment that allows anyone, anywhere, to own and carry a weapon of war," Brown said. That is the reality too many American families face every day, when they get that phone call and are told they will never see their child alive again because of this country's lax gun laws. Last week, House Democrats called on Speaker Kevin McCarthy and Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan to schedule a vote on an assault weapons ban. California Representative Mike Thompson also again put forward background check legislation, saying Republicans are not serious about protecting Americans. Thompson told Newsweek via email that Kirk's statements are asinine. "Who chooses which lives Charlie Kirk wants to sacrifice?" Thompson said. "Reasonable and responsible people know you can save lives and protect our Second Amendment." Newsweek reached out to Turning Point USA for comment. Okay, this is all 2023. This is all still a mention. And one more. This was today, so. From Fox 31 Denver's Brooke Williams and Heather Willard. Titled, 3 Injured in Evergreen High School Shooting, including Suspected Shooter. 3 people are in critical condition after a shooting at Evergreen High School on Wednesday afternoon, including the alleged shooter. Jefferson County authorities said there were reports of an active assailant near Evergreen High School at 12:24 p.m. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office confirmed in a press conference that 3 students were shot at the high school and were taken to the hospital, and a spokesperson for Common Spirit St. Anthony Hospital in Lakewood told Fox 31 that they are in critical condition. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said the reunification point is Bergen Meadow Elementary, located at 1928 S. Highwin Drive. Yo, bro, my Wi-Fi went off, LOL. What happened? Welcome back. I'm just reading stuff people send me. The county set out an urgent lookout alert to people in the area saying that there was an active shooter reported at the school. One of the 3 students shot was the alleged shooter. The shooter was a student? Jefferson County Sheriff's Office said that they do not believe law enforcement fired any rounds and were re-entering the school to learn whether the shots were fired inside the building or outside and what kind of weapon was used. Tomorrow, the Xfinity people coming to fix my Wi-Fi. Okay. Fantastic. I hope that operation goes well. Among other things in the country. A view of the scene from Skyfox showed several emergency vehicles outside the school on Wednesday afternoon. The school serves over 900 students, according to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Law enforcement said that a 4th person was transported to the hospital in connection with the shooting, but said the person was not shot and had been hurt while fleeing the scene. The extent of the victim's injuries is currently unknown. What Wi-Fi you got? I think it's Xfinity. Well, I don't really, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to answer that question. We have routers, but I am inclined to believe that routers are separate from Wi-Fi. But I think Xfinity Wi-Fi has been a default the entire time I've lived in this home. So I think it's Xfinity. Outside the school on Wednesday afternoon, the school serves over 900 students, according to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. Law enforcement said that a 4th person was transported to the hospital in connection with the shooting, but said the person was not shot and had been hurt while fleeing the scene. The extent of the victim's injuries is currently unknown. Help is available to anyone in Colorado who is thinking of hurting or killing themselves by calling or texting 988 or through the chat on 988lifeline.org. Additionally, Safe to Tell provides students with an anonymous way to report concerns about their own safety or the safety of others to school staff and law enforcement. Reports can be submitted by calling 1-877-542-7233, safetoTell.org, the mobile app, or by texting S2TCO to 728477. I feel like I'm in class, LOL. If you remember CCN guy, forgot his name. CCN guy? Who is CCN guy? Oh, CNN? Who is that guy? That is a good question. I remember him. Anderson Cooper? Anderson Cooper or Carl Azuz? That guy, I remember him. Bro, Toxic Gameplays, bro. What's going on? Do I want to read all of this? Twitter going ham right now? Enlighten me. Charlie Kirk subreddit is locked right now. Well, you have given me... Whoa, the... It might just be down altogether. I can't find. It's either shadow banned or deleted, because it's not an immediate. It's not an immediate search when I search up Charlie Kirk subreddit. It's not immediate. The video is so graphic, man. The blood spilled out like a waterfall. Oh yeah, I know. I saw the video. I saw the video in real time in today's bar writing stream. Somebody in stream chat and on Discord, that's the same person, decided to notify me. Or they actually screen recorded it and sent it in the thing. And I thought because of my whole paranoia, psychosis, whatever you want to call it, my hesitation, my skepticism, I thought the video was AI generated at first. But I saw that the background wasn't distorted. There was a sudden jerk after the event of the bullet passing through Charlie. And, you know, it is exactly as you described. That's what it looked like. And that's my last impression of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, it was crazy. And then that was the first of two graphic videos I saw that involves somebody getting force to their throat area and then blood. I just saw a little before this podcast episode of the I'm so sorry, Iryna. It's Ukrainian. Zarutska. Iryna Zarutska. Bro, people on Twitter either saying no matter what people think, they shouldn't die over their views, and go dig your boy up, bozo. I mean, I'm generally in the school of thought of the first statement. Somebody wants to ask me about that. When is it? Where is it? When is it morally okay to? Yes, I'm over 18. Whoa, what is that? Oh, okay. Twitter is in a frenzy, yeah. Because Twitter is it's just plastered with vocal, vocal political pundits and political pundits in training. So it's crazy. They keep showing the video of Kirk saying the Second Amendment is necessary and people will die, but that's a necessary evil. Yeah, there's a I need to watch that video because I just read an article that somebody mentioned to me. They sent an image of that, and then I wanted to see where this came from, and I read the whole thing, and I have just a little bit more information about that. The Second Amendment is necessary and people would die, but that's a necessary evil. What else? You will never live in a society where you have an armed citizenry. I think it's worth to have, and of course this is not the only article that I think reports on this. He brings up this analogy that armed citizenry is akin to driving. Message retracted. I mean, I didn't take offense to that. Unless it's for personal reasons. I mean... Also him saying out of context, I think empathy is a word made for a soft generation. Let's look into that. My search history is gonna make me look like I... Charlie Kirk. Oh, shoot. Oops. Charlie Cook. I think... Rip to Bro 2, sad how he died. I mean, on paper, you know, he died doing what he loved. I think if you were to ask him, I can't speak for him. We losing too many people. That's why I say live your life, never know. It's your time. The countless means of 360 trick shot no scopes transitioning into his death video. Wow. That's Twitter. Where is that? No results found. Toilet Paper USA. I'd watch this, but I don't want to get... Hold on. Is this transformative? If I play this, I'm gonna mute it for safety. Ranked choice voting system. Hold on. I'm just trying to extract the... I can't... hold on. Actually, I can just pop out stream chat. Bloop. Bill Clinton. Sympathy more than empathy. Okay. I don't really know how to respond to that. I just cleared all that. Google Charlie Kirk XXX Tentacion. They got a photo of half Charlie Kirk, half X. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know. Buddy of mine used to send some of those pictures in a Discord I'm in. Half and half. The whole half and half thing. Yeah. This is a lot. Should I talk about Apple in the meantime? I mean, I'll talk about Apple. I'll talk about Apple in the meantime. Just keep the questions coming through. Keep the questions, the thoughts coming through. I'm not reading New York Times. You're gonna what's it called? You're gonna gatekeep all that. iPhone 17 launch event, iPhone Air, iPhone 17 Pro, AirPods Pro 3, and more. iPhone 17. I wanted a... I wonder when the next line of iPads will come out. Oh, shoot. I'm on top chat, not live chat. Oops. Oh, we're good. Oh, I'm reading that too. I mean, in the Super Meat Boy, you die so much, you respawn right there. Yeah. That's... fairness. What else do I say, man? What else do I say? Yeah, the major social media sites are in a frenzy right now. Well, one thing's for certain, I do not have any tendencies to shoot anyone right now. No tendencies. Yeah. I mean, I've asked some friends to say, hey, you want to try the shooting range one time in a sanctioned environment? Because, you know, I grew up on first-person shooters. I like the tactility of those 5v5 games, the strategy. Haven't been on my PS5 in a week, even moving on to my apartment. Oh, congratulations on the apartment. What do I say, man? Do I even read? Should I just find I'll be back trophy hunting this Friday, finishing a Vanquish and going hard for my other hard platinum. Other hard platinum? What is said other hard platinum? If you said it, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry. That was technically the NPR article. Pew Research Center. Let's look at the Pew Research Center. I'll just read it because I don't have anything else. Okay. Let's read this because we're just gonna fill the silence here. From Chip Rotolo? Nick Fuentes and Ben Shapiro probably in some bunker together. I've heard of that guy. I don't know who he is. Oh, interesting. Okay, I guess another very vague resemblance to Dave Franco. Ben Shapiro, I know Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro. We're look at that. Where is my cursor? Right here. I have a lot of stuff open. It's kind of strange. You know. Ooh, who wrote this article? Who wrote this? Extended confirmed protection? I wouldn't say Deadbolt is very hard to platinum 9 out of 10, but I don't know. And also Ninja Gaiden 2, I've been hyping everyone up. Deadbolt. What is Deadbolt? We'll do something a little lighthearted and something I can possibly talk about. Deadbolt. PS4. Is this chess? Baba Yaga. I see chess pieces. Yeah, it's just horse. Oh, that's crazy. Wow. That's pretty cool. It's got the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse as those things. Conquest is earn every trophy. Famine, beat the whole game without quitting. Beat the whole game without dying. Get a 5-star on every mission. That's pretty creative. Conquest, earn every trophy. It's the only way. Wikipedia, I mean, I think this is the reason. This is a reason why people distrust Wikipedia sometimes. Nicholas Joseph Fuentes is an American far-right political pundit, activist, and live streamer who promotes white supremacist. White supremacist who edited this. There's a way to cheese the no death run, LOL. Hence the 2.5% achievement rate. Condemned Holocaust denial. Where is Nick Fuentes? Another incident that made headlines last year involving Holocaust denier was former U.S. President Donald Trump's dinner in November with white supremacist Nick Fuentes, which was condemned by the 2 top U.S. Republicans, Senator Mitch McConnell and Representative Kevin McCarthy. Fuentes, is that grounds for white supremacy? Nick Fuentes' father is Mexican. I mean, yeah, I mean, that sounds right. White supremacists. Let's see this Forbes article. CPAC chair match slap says bigot Nick Fuentes. Ah, come on, man. Don't hit me with the Cody Rhodes bag. Investigating. Whatever. Bigot Nick Fuentes was booted from event over anti-Semitic comments. The most canceled sick man in America. Let's see. Tangent. Key background. GOP 2024 presidential candidates, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and investment firm manager Vivek Ramaswamy. Fuentes, by promoting anti-Semitic, misogynistic, and white nationalist views. He also spread the false claim that Trump was the true winner. Sarah Dorn? Oh, shoot. Oops. 100 people don't have that platinum to Deadbolt, which drives me insane. More people have the Wolfenstein 2 platinum than Deadbolt. Bro, how you can't cheese mine Lieben, LOL. How, bro? I think it's just it's a popularity contest by that point. They see that the big league's trophy hunters tout Mein Leben as one of their hardest trophy hunts, and that may incentivize people to go out and do it, myself included. Anything else? I'm just learning about this Nick Fuentes character. Mother Jones. I mean, we just have white supremacists. Misogynistic. Hate leader Nick Fuentes. This is from Mother Jones. The racist troll who dined with Trump is courting a new online following, raging misogynists. Kristen Dower. Wolfenstein 2 Platinum more impressive than Deadbolt if you ask me, lol. Noted. If it's easier, then I won't. Well, yeah, I don't know. Is this the only... Is this the only article? This Kristen Dower? Former president... Former POTUS... His meeting with Ye... Nick Fuentes, America's most virulent white nationalists. Okay. America First, that fuses white nationalism, anti-Semitism, and authoritarianism in calling for a nation dominated by white Christian men. Hold on. Fuentes has done a lot to back that up, painting women as inferior and thus deserving of the violent fantasies that incels harbor against them. Fuentes' misogyny is now key to his America First. Yeah, bro, too long. You got the Crash 4 Platinum LOL with confidence? I tried. I tried. When you have a lot of time, anything is possible. No. I had a lot of time for the Super Meat Boy Platinum Trophy, Crash 4 Platinum Trophy, Wolfenstein, the Wolfenstein 2 Platinum Trophy. I got really lucky that day because I was solitary for 4 hours. No interruptions. I was solitary for 4 hours. I'd be lucky these days. And I got that all on public stream. And I completed it. The stars could not have aligned any closer. Okay, he is supposed... Oh, I closed it again. What is this? Rosalind Franklin? DNA. Why are we going straight to AI mode? Google Doodle features DNA chemistry to mark the start of the school year. Guanine, a phosphate backbone, and a double helix get the Google treatment. Oh my gosh, it's chemistry. Okay, cool. Nick Fuentes. Ben Askren. What's this? What does Nick Fuentes have to say about the Charlie Kirk killing? No, that's not right. Oh, I'm not looking at that. What the flip? I don't know this guy. Shoot. Where do I go from here? Can I just do the 10 swipes challenge? I don't want to. I need to lay down. I need to lay down. Right. So full screen webcam. Put this here. Close everything here. My computer just can't handle all this right now. For some reason. Okay, here's the TikTok 10 swipes challenge, ladies and gentlemen. One. Is this friends only? It's not friends only, right? Where, hold on. That's me. I don't know if this is a friends only. I'm just gonna gloss over it. Wait, hold on. Let's search it. Does TikTok still have friends only videos? Okay, let's... How am I supposed to know which is which? They used to have icons. Now I can't tell. Oh yeah, this is my... Nah, that's not happening. Which one of these are friends only? I'm just using... I'm done. How do I know if somebody likes a video? I'm so old. Screw it. I can't find any ways to point. This is swipe 1. Swipe 2 doesn't count. Sponsored. Swipe 2. Swipe 2. Swipe 2? What is this? Swipe 2. Swipe 3. This is sponsored. Doesn't count. Swipe 3. Okay, this is the Charlie Kirk video. This is swipe 3. I am not playing this. Swipe 3. Swipe 4. What the flip?
Illegals in my yard. Illegals in my yard. Throw them some pesos and they work so hard.
Number 4. Number 5 doesn't count. This is a... Number 5. Who? Public domain. TikTok is a public domain. This doesn't count. Number 5. Yeah, I'll follow you. Number 5. Number 6.
Here I have insomnia cookie.
Number 7. This is sponsored. Doesn't count. What? Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. This is a... doesn't count. Number 10. Okay. It's time to freestyle. Because I don't know what to think anymore. Rest in peace to Charlie, Kirk, Iryna Zarutska, and school admin at work. I sat solemnly during the bar riding stream, thinking about what it means to be free. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.